Good motherfucking evening once again, y'all. It's your boys Nicholas
and Chris.
Good thing to see you guys. Welcome back to Talking S. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll try to push these out a little bit more regularly. It's the start of the NFL season. Let's jump right into it. All right, y'all. As you know, we are 2 weeks into the NFL season. It's so crazy how fast the season actually moves when we're kind of going along into it. With that being said, what do you think? Likes, dislikes? Who's surprising you? What are the shockers of the season? What's happening?
Well, my biggest dislike right now are the Colts. They are just,
They're killing so many future bets for people. It's insane. 0-1-1.
They had so much potential this year. Matt Ryan, the veteran, finally a quarterback that can actually lead this team to victory, and they're just losing. They have the best running back, one of the best offensive lines in football. Okay, subpar receivers, but I mean they're still pretty good.
My thing about saying Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in football is we haven't seen it consistently enough from him. He's incredible, yes, but one
he's really
huge
talented
breakout season doesn't make you the best. Matt Ryan is an aging quarterback, and Michael Pittman's a true number one as it's looking like, but the receiving core all in all isn't a great receiving room.
Subpar, but they do have him.
I don't know. I thought the expectations in the Colts should have been about mid-tier. I mean, clearly my biggest disappointment is going to be the Cardinals, but I'm just an Arizona fan.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to talk about the Cardinals. Let's talk about the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson, and honestly, this is not on Russell Wilson because Russell's playing pretty damn well. Nathaniel Hackett, what the hell are you doing? In Seattle, you pay a $250 million quarterback in Russell Wilson, and you take the ball out of his hands to put in your kicker's hands to kick a 64-yard field goal? What the fuck is that? And then in the second game, you literally put the ball now in fourth down in Russell's hands for a chip shot. I mean, a 53-yarder is not a chip shot by any standards, but a 53-yarder in thin air in Broncos. Nathaniel Hackett has to be one of the most disappointing coaches in the league. In general, the AFC West has really disappointing coaches right now.
Well,
outside of Big Red,
doing.
Staley, garbage for the Chargers. Hackett, garbage for the fucking Broncos. And we all know how I feel about Josh McDaniels.
Well, look at what they're doing. I mean, he got stood up at the goal line, 3-4 times?
Twice. Javonte Williams fumbled and Melvin Gordon both fumbled. So 2 fumbles on the goal line, absolutely. And there were a lot of questionable flags by the referee, to say the least. So let's kind of carry on from disappointments now, because those are our two teams. Okay. Who are the biggest surprises as of now?
Well, I went with the Colts, and in the last game they faced the Jaguars. They are a huge surprise to me. The amount of money they spend in the offseason seems to pay off. Christian Kirk is looking so good.
Bro, that's what I was going to say. How is that surprising? They've been building a decently young defense. Josh Allen's a premier pass rusher in this league. But they did put good pieces around Trevor Lawrence. They may not have a true number one receiver, like a true top 5, top 6 guy. Christian Kirk is a number one guy. He's super, super solid. You told me something before the show. What did you say about Christian Kirk? Who do you think is going to be better then?
Oh, I say Christian Kirk because he's only, 24, 25 this year. He is going to be better than Cooper Kupp. He's faster. He's more agile. Cooper Kupp does have the better hands, but it's something that can be built.
Sounds racist to me. Anyways, I mean, adding pieces like Zay Jones, Travis Etienne, James Robinson's a great running back. They even brought in Brandon Shreve as an offensive guard to put pieces around Trevor Lawrence. I really like that as a team that is extremely surprising in that sense. A surprise team for me, I'm not going to lie, the Eagles, man. And not because I didn't expect them to be 2-0 and undefeated. It's just how high-flying their offense is. Watching their game last night against the Vikings and even the game before that against the Lions, they don't have short predicated play calls. I wish Cliff Kingsbury's did something like this. Cliff Kingsbury's stuck running 2-man routes and things of that nature as compared to the Eagles, who have 4 men running full speed downfield. What a receiving core. All the way from having right there from Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, who we're going to talk about later, is a freaking stud. Jalen Hurts is getting the freedom to run the ball. And Miles Sanders. If Miles Sanders was in an offense that allowed him to get more carries and he wasn't so injury prone, Miles Sanders may be that guy. Maybe a top-tier running back in this league.
See, but you have to look at it. You compared Kyler Murray to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a bigger guy. He says, if my receivers can't get open, I'm going to do the shit myself. That's his mentality.
I did not compare. I didn't compare Kyler Murray to Jalen Hurts.
Okay, you.
I said
the
I wish
offenses.
Cliff King. This is my problem with Cliff King. Let me explain what I mean by that. I'm stuttering my ass off. So to calm down in that sense, Cliff Kingsbury, 3rd and 9. What do we do? Screen or draw? It's literally backyard football, screen or a draw.
Yeah.
On first down, we'll run a bullshit option, and on second down, we'll run a 2-man route tree. Why do we only have 2 men streaming downfield? And we don't have any true sit-downs. Like, we have no hot routes on the backside with Ertz or even fucking James Conner on the back end. But you look at the Eagles' offense yesterday. You had 3 or 4 receivers screaming downfield with a solid check down every single route tree. That's why Jalen Hurts can either do boom or bust plays, and he can make such smart decisions. Jalen Hurts is playing on another level right now. There is a lot of top-tier quarterback play going on. Yeah. There is a fist-fight race, and it's only 2 games of the season, so we're getting ahead of ourselves in all general sense. If we're looking at the MVP race, who is your MVP right now? I'm saying it's either Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts.
Really?
Offensive MVP, man.
Offensive MVP, I think if we're looking at pure numbers, it's going to have to be Josh Allen.
Oh,
the dude's been knocking it out of the park.
Josh Allen's that fucking guy, man. The game that Stephon Diggs had yesterday, 12 catches, 140
3
yards,
touchdowns.
3 tutties, man.
And he had 2 in the first game.
And the way he was dicking Jalen Ramsey week 1, oh my god.
Dude, okay, you wanted to talk about the Cardinals. Here's my thing. Your first draft pick of this past year was a tight end. And you have 3 great tight ends, and yet they're not running 2 tight end sets. Yeah. And you have no receivers outside of Marquise Brown right now. Rondell Moore's hurt. He might come back this week. And we do not have...
AJ Green's past his prime. Brett Dortch. It's becoming a solid option, no doubt about it. But it just surprised me that we kept Antoine Wesley, who played pretty well last year. We don't play him whatsoever.
So I don't know why they're not running 2 tight end options.
That's actually another great point. But until Cliff Kingsbury is more willing to pass more than a 2-person route tree, we're going to have issues, especially on second down.
And it'd be so much better for your screen options with your 2 tight ends.
Yeah, I agree 100%. All right, you fucking degenerates. We all know sports gambling is legal here in Arizona, and knowing that most of our watchers are from Arizona, hopefully from other states too and countries as well. If you're from another state or country, please let us know in the comments. We just want to know in general. Plus, comments also help in the algorithm, which makes more views for us. All just general good.
Let's just cut that off. Okay. Let's get into gambling.
All right, let's talk about gambling. What is your parlay of the week, Christian? I want to hear it.
All right. I like the stats mostly for fantasy football purposes. But if we're going gambling, I like money line. Okay. I like win or lose, money take all. So for me, it's going to have to be, let's get a couple of easy wins in there with the Chiefs and the Eagles. But I'm going to throw in the Ravens beating the Patriots this week. That parlay together is going to give you a plus 200 overall. And if you're feeling a little frisky, I like the upset with the Falcons. Throw that in, you got plus 500 all the way through.
Okay. Mine's completely different because I like mixing and matching my parlays. I love anytime touchdown points. I like spreads. I'm always scared to touch money lines unless they're like games where I feel very confident in. I mean, extremely overly confident in. So let's jump into mine. I like Najee Harris against the Cleveland Browns for an anytime touchdown. Okay. Najee Harris averages 27 carries against his 2 games against the Steelers. 28 his first game, 26 his second game. Has a touchdown in both of those games. And on top of that, he has 3 catches in both of those games. We're going to go to the Lions spread at plus 4.5. The Lions line right now is at plus 6. So we're adding a little juice for the Lions there. But the Lions, against the spread the last 10 games of last year, 8-2. This year they've covered the spread with ease, 2-0. With ease, and that's against the Vikings. The Texans at plus 8.5 against the Bear. Now you can find the Texans lines at plus 6.5. I gave them 2 extra points just to be safe in case it's a touchdown game. Right. Justin Fields is solid, but I can see a solid contained game from the Texans. And the Texans have had this really odd way of making games close, even if the scoreboard may not say as such.
Dude,
and
I think David Mills.
David Mills is a guy. David Mills is a guy. Real quick, just to finish off my parlay.
Go ahead.
So we have Najee Harris anytime touchdown, the Lions at plus 4.5, and we also have the Texans at plus 8.5 to make a plus $647 parlay. Again, a plus $647 parlay. $10 to win you $64.70. $100 win you $647. Come on, dog. I have faith in that shit.
These are good numbers.
Like, I have faith. I really have faith in that. And like, I don't personally like parlays. I think straight betting is the best way to go.
Yeah.
But these are some good odds. Let's ride. And if you want to feel even extra gangster, combine both of our parlays, and you're going to get some crazy odds. Go put a little $5 banger on that shit.
Even $1 will get you good money.
Literally. And that'll build your bankroll. I'm with it. All right, y'all. So our final segment of the day, we're going to talk about a 3-year team. Now, what do I mean by this? We're going to choose our all-star pick'em team that we want to be on our roster for the next 3 years in the NFL. What I mean by that is, I'm not picking a guy like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers because I don't know where they're going to be at in 3 years. I don't know where their physicality or their body's going to be at in 3 years. I'm also not going to take a guy like Keenan Allen or DeAndre Hopkins due to the fact in 3 years I don't know what their physical limitations are going to be.
Seeing that they're already 30, you don't know where they're going to go.
Absolutely. And we're not doing a team. Let me reframe this. Our next episode, we're going to do a defense. This episode, we're doing an offense. Yeah. Christian, would you like to start off? Who is your quarterback?
So, picking first, I'm picking Young, and mostly his last game, coming back to bite the Chiefs in the ass. I'm going to go for Justin Herbert.
That backdoor cover, fourth down dart down the fucking seam on an...
Bro, he is perfect on fourth downs.
And I'm going to eat crow. I was talking shit that he wasn't going to be a great quarterback coming out of Oregon. Holy hell. Oregon just clearly underutilized the fuck out of him and not utilizing that arm he has.
He has a cannon.
I'm going to go with the other obvious pick as a young quarterback, Josh Allen. The way Josh Allen is playing right now, he's leading the league in completion percentage. He's throwing. He has an arm to throw it every which way. He's scanning the field, and his dynamicism of rushing. He's not as fast and athletic as a Lamar Jackson or a Kyler Murray, but gosh damn, is he a bully? And he can get it done in all sense and fails of the game, man.
Dude, if you look at him play, he's just like, I'm going to kill you. He has that mentality of like, I'm going to beat you every which way possible right
It's
now.
funny watching him smile after he really gets a big hit or a trucking someone on 4th and 1.
I love watching
He gets up and smiles. He just plays with that dog in him, man. I love Josh Allen. Now, for my running back, this one is maybe a little controversial, but hopefully not too controversial here. I like Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is only 27 years old, a do-it-all running back. He can block. He is being underutilized as hell by, of course, one of the worst coaches in the league right now in Brandon Staley. He can do it all. He can catch the ball. He can run in between the tackles, outside zone. Hell of a pass blocking back as well.
Oh, yeah.
I love Austin Eckler. I love Austin Eckler. Gosh damn it, I love Austin Eckler.
And his nickname, pound for pound, he is the best running back in the league.
And let's keep it $150 in terms of this. He doesn't have a lot of tread on his tires due to the fact that he was underutilized for so long.
Yeah, first
you can utilize him over the next 3 years and get so much out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Who's your running back?
Okay, so, well, you took the obvious pick in Austin Eckler. He would have been a great pairing for Justin Herbert. Now, they know each other. I'm going to go the other direction. I'm going to go with a bigger back, a little bit more swiftier. I'm going Saquon Barkley. Yes, he did hurt himself his last 2 years, but he's fast, he's big, and he's the overall running back. I mean, look at his legs. I mean, that says it all.
I think this year he's doing better and not trying to hit the home run every play, too.
Yeah.
He's doing better again than
He's willing to take the hit and fall down.
Absolutely.
He's looking a lot better. All right, so I will lead off with wide receivers. Okay. I got to go with the obvious one. I'm going Justin Jefferson. He has the tread on his tires. He knows how the league works. Yeah, he didn't have a good week 2 there, but...
Christian Kirk didn't have a great week 2. No one on that team did. Irv Smith dropped 3 balls. Christian Kirk didn't look great. His offensive line gave him 0 time to throw. Sorry for cutting you off.
I was going Justin Jefferson right now. Not Christian Kirk.
No, you're saying Justin Jefferson have a great week, and I'm saying the reasons why I don't think he did. He had no time to get the ball in his hands. Christian Kirk's looked like he was blind, and he kept targeting Irv Smith over and over, who kept dropping the damn ball.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry, that was more me blaming Christian Kirk for Justin Jefferson having a bad
Kirk
week.
Cousins, we're going for.
Oh my God, Kirk Cousins! I am so sorry.
But I like Jefferson. He's gonna have a bounce back week. Why don't you go? What's your wide receiver 1?
Christian Kirk's in my fantasy team, man, and I fucking love him, so I'm so sorry for saying that. My wide receiver 1, Stephon Diggs. After the year that Stephon Diggs having, including the consistency he's had since his first year here in the league, and on top of that, I don't know if anyone notices this, he only plays about 70 to 75% of the Bills' snaps. He doesn't even play 100% of the Bills' snaps. He is taken out multiple times on second down. Stephon Diggs is really that guy. One of the cleanest route runners in the game. Great release. Comes from a hell of a football family as well. Great athletic family in general. I love Stephon Diggs, and Stephon Diggs is only 28, so he has many years to go to be a true top-tier number 1. He's great in the end zone, and even though he's short, he has very strong hands and the athleticism to get past, and he's not even that short, realistically. He's just not the biggest in stature of a receiver. For my second receiver...
He's on the slimmer side. And not to mention, He has...
Which works out in his favor because he can route people up with that.
And he's not cocky. He's willing to let everybody else get the ball. And I think that's what they're doing.
As a teammate, he isn't great, but I think he is a little cocky. He has that real dog in him. He's him.
Oh, yeah.
And he deserves to be.
Yeah. He will beat the number one corner in the league. He will beat all of them just to prove a point.
He dicked on Jalen Ramsey.
But he will be okay with not getting the ball the entire game if they're winning.
Shows that he just wants to win.
Yeah.
So for my number 2 receiver, we decided that we're not going to go with the next best guys, such as the Cooper Kupps, the Devontae Adams of the world. We're going to take the guys just below that tier to make it a little bit more reasonable and realistic. I said A.J. Brown for my number 2 receiver there as well. Having Stephon Diggs and A.J. Brown on the other side, A.J. Brown has the side, A.J. Brown has the speed, A.J. Brown has the route running capability. God damn, he looks sick of that Eagles jersey. Who's your number 2 receiver?
Well, you were shitting on him. Oh, wait, no, you were shitting on Kirk Cousins. I'm going with Christian Kirk.
I swear I didn't do that on purpose.
I'm going with Christian Kirk for one reason. I think he's going to be better than Cooper Kupp in 2 years.
I just don't...
And he's still, 24, 25? He has the time. He's faster. He's more elusive. He will get those hands and he will get that route running done. I mean, he's getting fed the targets right now.
That is true. 18 targets through 2 games. He had 12 in his first game, 6. And he went 6 targets, 6 catches, and 2 tutties in his last game last week. So
he's looking really good.
I'm not mad at that. Who's your tight end?
My tight end. See, here's my thing about my tight end. He gets injured a lot, but I like George Kittle. He is the most talented and the best tight end in the league when healthy.
Okay.
He has the speed, he has the hands, and he can block.
As a predicated overall game, I agree. Because Travis Kelce's the most talented from a vertical standpoint, but George Kittle can run the whole route tree. I mean, Travis Kelce can't too. Let's not take that away. But he has a better blocking game and a better inline blocking game as well. He can block as a fullback. I'm not taking Travis Kelce because I like my tight ends to do it all, including the really rough neck. I was going to say rough negative. The rough necked blocking as well. Mark Andrews.
Okay, that's
Mark Andrews on the seam route. Mark Andrews on multiple routes. He's not as fast as any of the aforementioned guys. He's not as fast as Darren Waller, who Darren Waller was my other guy. I'm going to take Mark Andrews due to his blocking, inline blocking, his H-back wing blocking, which I love too as well. He can pull on the side. His route tree is awesome too as well.
I like him because he's willing to take the hit. He's always in the middle and he's getting hit by those linebackers.
And as a red zone tight end, he is the best red zone tight end in the NFL since he's came into the league, and that's a statistic that you could act like his red zone efficiency or something of that nature. He is 14 for 15 with 12 targets in the red zone or something of that nature. Pretty freaking insane.
He's pretty good.
Now, we're not going to do individual offensive linemen. We're going to take one offensive line as a whole. This may surprise you, but it may not for my parlay. The Lions offensive line. Their OG of the group is only 29 years old, and Taylor Decker, who's an awesome left tackle.
Yeah.
Penei Sewell, young and a killer at the right tackle. Frank Ragnow could be any given day when he's healthy is a top 3 center. And they have 2 awesome guards. They have Jonah Jackson, and they have Big V as well. I'm not going to slaughter his name. Vitelao Peu or something of that nature. But Big V, killers, man. Who's your offensive line?
That is a good young offensive line.
Dude,
and once that left tackle retires, Sewell is going to take over.
It's gonna be freaking awesome. Their offensive line group is
gonna last.
It's beautiful. I love it.
Okay, for me, mine's a little bit more on the obvious. I'm going to go with the Chiefs O-line. They rebuilt it after 2 years, and it's finally looking really good with Creed Humphreys as center. It finally took him there, but he is one of the best centers in the league right now. And that left side, with Joe Tooney and Orlando Brown.
Yeah, and it's funny, Orlando Brown plays way better in this system than he does in the zone read system.
Yeah, he's more of a spread.
He's far more of a spread system. Let me pass block on the perimeter. You got 2 to 3 balls, or 2 to 3 seconds to get the balls out. Snap quick. I'm a big fan of that.
And I love Tooney because he's not afraid to take the bigger guys in that interior.
Tooney's a dog, man. Tooney's been one of the best guards since he played in New England. So, overall, great teams, I would say. In your guys'
My
opinion,
team's better, though. Let's be honest.
Say in the comments. That's what I was going to say before he said that. Trust me. Who do you think has the better team? So, I know for a fact I do, but that's fine. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of Talkin' S. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe. We're trying to do this more regularly for y'all. Life's busy. Shit happens. We miss you, Manny. Fuck you, Manny. Christian, what you thinking?
We're better off without you, Manny.
I agree, kind of, sometimes.
We're
Later,
not that
y'all.
mean.
Love, peace, chicken grease. Shout out my boy Darion. Later, y'all.